curious about that, which is the only reason I asked it, are in this chat room. Now, what is the Venus Project's position on the use of psychedelic drugs?
Well, those that are addicted to it will be able to get it, but eventually we will educate people, meaning provide them with information about the earth, about relating, about feelings, about how to find meaning in your own life. We must teach people how to live, how to understand the environment they live in, not speculate. You see, you're brought up to believe that everyone should have a right to their own opinion. That's the most dangerous thing you can do. Because if you ask some people whether you think you'll get to Mars, not in 1,000 years. Man will never get to Mars. Man will never be able to fly. We don't want the opinions of people. We want them to do research and learn how to find answers to problems, not their opinions. Their opinions are worthless. If your sister, for example, lived across the way from me, and I come out of her apartment, all kinds of it. But she might be a Langolian. If you give everybody the right opinion, you produce a lot of jams out there.
Just to get back on that, though, as you were saying, that people who are addicted to them will get them, but then the idea is to educate people and to get them out of drugs.
Yes.
That's correct.
To help them out of the need for drugs.
Yeah, we'd like to make an environment that's so interesting and so exciting that they don't really need to be dumbed down or anything else, that they would find life interesting enough that they wouldn't want to take drugs. So a lot of times drugs today is an escape because life is really so painful for so many people.
Okay, what is your view on Nikola Tesla, his inventions and ideas?
I think Tesla was a great person. Edison gave him a hard time. Edison was an ignoramus in certain areas, and he made it difficult for Tesla. Tesla had ideas that were far beyond the comprehension of most people at the time, so he couldn't make it. That is, was unable to. But imagine, for every Edison we found and every Tesla, how many Teslas are lost because of our ignorance? You understand? Think about that. You think there was Edison, Marconi, there was the Wright brothers. For every Wright brother that succeeded, how many Wright brothers were neglected and failed? How many of you know that the Chinese invented a form of motion pictures 1,000 years ago? You don't know that. You're not given that. How many of you know that an Arab, algebra, gave us algebra? How many of you know what we got from the ancient libraries of Egypt? It was one of the best in the world at the time. How many of you know what we got from other countries? They don't emphasize that in school. You could never kill other people if you understood the contributions made by all nations.
Somebody's requesting that Chibi and Gangrene lean in so that they can see you guys. Chibi is politely declining, but that's Gangrene, the fellow who made this possible. And there's your Chibi. He's not declining anymore. Sitting here in Venus Project, Florida. It's just very hot.
About Neil?
What's that?
About Neil in the picture.
Oh, yeah, me? Hi. See? Oh, I'm trying to get over here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's all you get, because my face is all, like, coated with sweat from being outside. Now, do you know about Earth ships? What are your views on them?
Earth ships?
Earth ships.
Continental ships?
Ships.
Oh, Earth ships?
Mm-hmm.
You mean visitors from other world?
No. I think they're talking about
the building.
They're building a self-contained environments like the biosphere. I believe that's what they're talking about.
Oh, well, that doesn't deal with the problems, because you can still have a war and blast the hell out of the biosphere. In other words, until you deal with nations learning to live together in harmony and working together and sharing the Earth's resources, you will see a progress chart which is unimaginable in human attainment.
A lot of people think the Venus Project is just about sustainable buildings or a sustainable city, and it's not at all. Even if you built a sustainable city, it won't take care of the problems. It's about a new social direction, a new way of looking at the earth, and a new way of using the resources and a resource-based economy. It's really the value system that we're advocating change about, not so much how you build your house, or although that's part of it. But even this method about the what is called earth ships or something is not the process that we would build, because we would use high tech. in a sustainable way, because we wouldn't have to worry about taking junk and using buildings, because we would have access to resources. We wouldn't have to think about how much does it cost, but do we have the resources, and what's the most efficient way to build in that case?
Let's see, there was another one in here that was good. Are you guys in touch with William Gazecki? Apparently he has something about energy from vacuum.
William Gazecki?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a film producer, a documentary producer. He produced a documentary Future by Design, and that's about contact we have with William Gazecki.
Well, we still have contact with him and his wife, Kim Gazecki, by email. They keep us updated as to what's happening with the film.
Currently, the internet is our savior for unbiased communication. How do you feel about web filters and government dictating what we can view and what we can't?
If they succeed, they'd love to take over the internet. They love to privatize it, and that's the end of civilization. I would say the internet is one of the greatest methods of releasing society from the imprison of the limited information they get in each society. To me, all societies are corrupt today. They're all basically a monetary system, and they're basically corrupt. It isn't this country alone. They all are loused up. So what we need is a new system that does not discriminate, does not hurt the earth, that does not advocate money for scientific research. We give every lab whatever the hell they need. You don't have to dig up nickels and dimes for heart disease or stem cell research. We make it available without them pleading for it.
Yes. The book list. Yeah, there's a book list on the website, guys.
Yeah, there's a book list on the website, but the books don't really put the whole thing together. Jacque put the whole thing together towards a social direction. There are little aspects about different subjects on the book list that we have on our blog, actually.
Now, apparently they want to know, because I guess William Gazecki also shot this thing called Energy from the Vacuum. It's a documentary series about tapping of negative or radiant energy for electricity, and has he discussed it with you?
Oh, that particular film I'm not familiar with, so I can't comment on it.
Okay. Let's see if there's anything pertinent. Otherwise, we've been sitting here for a while, so... I want to thank you all for tuning in very much, and thanks to everybody here in the Venus Project. What is it? There's somebody. Somebody actually wanted to talk about this. I wanted to emphasize that arguing 9/11 and conspiracy is a waste of energy at this point. Do you agree that talking about the conspiracies and all that is not what we should be focused on?
Exactly that.
Okay, excellent. Okay. Well, there's a lot of people here saying that they would hope to be able to come and visit you guys. I hope that they get a chance to as well. Now, this one I think would be very relevant, so I'm going to go ahead and ask you, what do you think about future human concept, merging human with machines? Do you think the future humans will merge with machines?
They already are merging with machines. There are people that have pacemakers that regulate their heartbeat. There are people that have eyeglasses, and that's the beginning of enabling you to see with artificial units hanging on your face. There are people with false teeth, and that is, we're very slightly part human, part machine today. So, I have hearing aids. Without them, I can hardly hear anything, and with them, I can hear a little better.
Even the computer.
But they're not that great. But the computer is a machine, and eventually, the computer will surpass human performance in most areas. Computers are able to handle 1,000 trillion bits of information per second. No group of humans can do that. I don't care who they are. So it means that the future decision-making systems will be assigned to machines. Let me make sure you understand me. It's not a machine takeover. We assign decision-making to machines. Airplanes fly so fast today, you can't see an enemy coming. So they have radar in front of the airplane, and they have a scope, and the pilot will see where that enemy is going to be in the next 10 seconds or 20 seconds. And when he presses the machine gun, no bullets come out unless that plane is within the cone of fire. They put that decision on the